the smash montage of all of our mainstream media celebrating the fact that Joe Biden was not going to pardon Hunter Biden and how it showed what a legit and noble and honorable man Joe Biden is. But here we go.
Presidential promise to put the law before family.
I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Letting the world know that he will not wipe away the decision of 12 of his son's peers.
Was asked directly, and he has said he wouldn't pardon his son if he gets convicted.
Let's wait and see what happens if he loses.
Let's wait and see what happens if he loses.
Yeah, but he said it.
He's going to get pardoned by his dad. There's no question about that.
The president has ruled out pardoning his son.
Major commitment from the president, accepting the outcome of the trial and also pledging not to pardon his son.
So the challenge for him is really to continue to live up to his values when it was really personal. And he did that today.
It seems like a pretty normal, straightforward answer, but it takes new weight when we see what Trump is saying about the outcome of his trial, what we're hearing from other Republicans who say they don't accept the jury's verdict here in New York.
The contrast is profound. To sit there and say, well, I'm not going to intervene in the legal process and I wouldn't pardon my son. One side, Democrats and Joe Biden protecting the justice system. And on the other, Republicans and Trump protecting Trump.
Our current president of the United States has so much respect for the law that he has said he would not pardon his son. I mean, again, it's all about the contrast.
President Biden saying, I will respect whatever this jury decides versus Donald Trump after he was convicted on 34 counts, saying the entire system is rigged against him.
Their latest attack.
All right. I think we get the idea.
No, I could keep watching that for 24 hours straight.
And this just shows what a scam our mainstream media is, how stupid they are. And it's not like they couldn't have known this would happen. I mean, anybody with even a modicum of skepticism knew this was going to be the end result.
Yeah, I love those clips. I was really enjoying that. I mean, they read those lines almost as if they knew what was going to happen in the future, and they needed a really hilarious montage for when it does happen. You know, they're literally like, Biden, he's not going to pardon his son, and that is what gives him integrity. And if he were to pardon his son, he would not have integrity. But luckily, he is going to pardon he is not going to pardon his son.
And, I think most of you now know this, that Joe Biden has pardoned his son. And what I find interesting, here's the thing, I'm maybe a little different than a lot of people. For one, I largely don't give a shit about presidents' children unless they're in politics. If they want to behave bizarrely, then go for it. You're not connected to this other than being the DNA. But, of course, this is more than that because Hunter Biden is actually connected to all of this. He has sat on the board of Burisma, the largest quote-unquote energy company in Ukraine, which Joe Biden proudly went and crushed the prosecution of Burisma. And, of course, the only reason he was ever on that oil company's board was for the connection it gave them to Joe Biden, even when Joe Biden was not yet president, when he was just vice president, then a former vice president. It still was very useful for this Ukrainian energy company, Reed Oil Company. And Hunter Biden had no experience in this world at all. He was just put there for the connection to Joe Biden. And it worked. It got Joe Biden to crush the prosecution of Burisma in Ukraine. And he bragged about that at one point. I've played that clip on the show before as well. Also, I don't care about drug charges in general, because I think drugs should be a health issue and not a crime issue. But Hunter Biden was involved in a lot more than just drugs.
I agree. Everyone focuses on the crack. The crack is not the main story with Hunter Biden. I agree with you, Lee. We should all be smoking crack. We should all be smoking crack.
That's exactly
having sex with prostitutes.
Exactly what I just said.
That's not the bad part when it comes to Hunter Biden.
Nothing like dooming someone with a false "I agree with you." I agree with you. We should all have heroin needles in our eyeballs. But let me just say, of course, there's all these levels of corruption. Burisma is just one portion of it. Then there are, apparently the FBI looked into actually sex trafficking charges on Hunter Biden for arranging to travel prostitutes goods across state lines and things like that. There's a lot going on with Hunter Biden and all that was revealed on that laptop. And the drug thing, okay, so he did crack. Well, guess what? A lot of this country does drugs. Well, his drug is more illegal than other drugs. Well, the reason his drug is more illegal than cocaine, the reason crack's more is his fucking father and the crime bill that was ridiculous and was actually designed to make it so that the more commonly white person drug of cocaine would not get you locked up, as long as the more commonly not white person drug crack would get you locked up. And woe and behold, it ends up hooking his son for this. I mean, the hypocrisy is just breathtaking.
Yeah, I call the crack epidemic the original plandemic, the crack plandemic.
It was designed to destroy, and the drug war in general. And another aspect of the drug war that is not generally covered or almost ever covered by your mainstream media is that the Nixon administration, and this was revealed by Ehrlichman, or at least admitted to by Ehrlichman, an aide to Nixon, the drug war was largely created to destroy. They said, Nixon had two main enemies in terms of communities. One was the black community, another was activists and hippies and things. And he realized that if he just imprisoned them for decades based on drugs, he could go and destroy these communities, interrupt them. And he succeeded. And of course, that has continued ever since Nixon as well. But that was the initial goal of it.
Very well put, Lee. And I appreciate Hunter Biden for trying to highlight that for all of us with his activist crack smoking that he was doing.
Oh my God, I didn't even realize
Nixon and Reagan has done to black communities.
I didn't realize Hunter Biden is a performance artist activist.
Yeah.
Who realized he could use his name in order to reveal to all of us how breathtakingly racist these drug lords are. What a hero. What a goddamn hero.
Yeah. Everyone who's mad at Hunter Biden, they just don't get it. They don't get what he's doing.
He's playing 4D chess. It's amazing.